Welcome to the Stevia Show. It's the Stevia Show. Helping you expand on what you know. Throw in a meme of the week and a review of the screen. And to have a show that covers everything.
Hey Team Stevia, and welcome to episode 128 of The Stevia Show.
The talk show podcast that covers pop culture, world news, local artistry, and everything in between.
This is Steven.
And this is Lydia.
And we hope everybody enjoyed episode 127 where we interviewed Wolf Ugly, so be sure to go check them out.
So fun.
Yeah, very fun episode. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And today we are uncovering a long mystery.
Yes.
So if you are not in the Discord, you
should be.
Yeah, you should be. One, you're missing out. And two, there's mysteries abound in the Discord, including the identity of a certain Assmaster69.
Assmaster69.
Now, we, like the Zodiac Killer, we believe we found
evidence.
The Assmaster, and we think it's Ethan Stewart. So, Ethan, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing
Good.
great.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so we're going to talk to Ethan about all sorts of different things here in a second, but we're going to go ahead and get our funding out of the way. So funding for the Stevia Show is brought to you in part by the following. Today's episode is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. It's a time for an upgrade. Bravado Wireless has all the newest phones. Not only do they have the brand new Samsung Z Flip and Z Fold, but they also have every iPhone 13 model. iPhone 13 and 13 mini and iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. I don't think they missed any of them.
I think that's
the
all of
full
them.
lineup.
I think that's all of them.
So be sure to stop by your local Bravado Wireless store or head to bravadowireless.com to see if one of these new phones and upgrade today.
As well as community members like you. Remember, you can support us on Patreon for as little as 99 cents a month. Thanks.
Yeah.
Also, have you seen the folds though? They're like
folds.
the Razor, but they're touchscreen.
Oh, the fold phones. Yeah, they're
Yes.
made the Game Boy Advance SP.
Yes, but
Yeah.
touchscreen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Cool.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, they fold?
Yeah.
That's
They
so
fold like
weird.
this.
What's the purpose?
So now you can go, goodbye, pow,
Yeah.
Slam it.
slam it down, just like you used to.
Exactly. Back in the day.
Just like in the old
That was like
days.
a whole wrist
I'm done
motion.
talking to you.
Yeah, Wachow. It was rad.
So, those are those fluffy phones.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, so today we are going to be talking with Ethan about multiple different things because Ethan is kind of a jack of all trades, which we're going to talk about here in a second. So first, Ethan, welcome to the show. Tell us about yourself.
Oh,
Hello.
thank you.
Yeah.
What do I don't even know where to begin. What about me?
where to start?
Where to start? I'm just a person.
Mm-hmm.
I live in OKC. I do photography, videography, motion graphics, and I cook a lot.
Yes, you
So,
do. Some yummy meals.
Yeah, those are some of my hobbies. I like to be with my friends and my family and, just help make their lives better by making them tasty food or taking good photos for them. So,
Oh, rad.
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice.
That's really nice.
Do you think Ethan kind of sounds like Logan, your brother? I think he does a little bit.
Someone's told me that online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think on like Discord.
That you sound like Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it may have been Guyver.
Someone told me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
that it's because Logan's my brother, so I don't see the connection. But
Oh.
if somebody, I could see how maybe you would think that he
Okay,
sounds
gotcha.
like
Sorry,
that.
just a side note.
Yeah,
I was
no.
hearing a song, I was like,
I'll
he
have to
sounds like
listen to him
Logan.
talk way
Yeah.
more in the microphone, I
Okay.
guess.
I am.
Here I am. Flew all the way from Florida. So like we said, Ethan, you're kind of a jack of all trades. So how did you get started in all of your things? Cooking, photography, videography?
Just interest in it. So I'm really ADD and I have difficulties sticking with one thing.
Sure.
And so when I was younger, I got into making videos because I saw funny videos on stupidvideos.com. Which then, later YouTube came and a lot of those videos went to YouTube. And my friends and I were like, oh, we want to make some funny videos. So we would do that. And that's when I first made videos. And then I went to college and wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And it clicked. I was like, I should do something video related.
I should make videos.
Yeah, so I had already been doing it for a couple of years, I think since I was like 14 or 15, just with like this random camera my parents had. And while I was in college, I saved up and got myself like a really nice camera body and with like a okay lens. And I would make videos. The setup I had was not great for video. It was kind of a discouraging experience, actually.
Oh.
But I mean, I learned a lot about editing and shooting along the way. And so because of the difficulties involved with video production, I started taking a lot of photos because it was just so much more practical for what I had.
Sure.
And from there, that's kind of where I grew into photography. And then cooking's a whole nother story.
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Awesome. So, Ethan, out of all of your passions, I guess which one you have the most experience in is probably video, then, right? Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, going back to your roots about, going to stupidvideos.com, like did that and like did them and like creators like Smosh, like back in the early days of Smosh, did they inspire you like early YouTube,
Yeah, they inspired me to pick up a camera for sure. And it wasn't until later in college when I was watching music videos, and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
These videos are so dope. And I was like, oh, excuse me, I want to do that, So that's what inspired me later to pick it back up, and start learning from there. But yeah, Smosh. I'm trying to think of creators from then. I didn't really follow any creators. They were the biggest ones at the time.
Yeah, they were. And all they did was like lip sync videos, like before TikTok was a thing. Yeah.
Just really dumb skits.
Before anything was a thing.
Before anything was a thing.
It was.
2007.
Like they didn't. That was before there was apps on phones.
Right.
That was
so-
BlackBerry, I think.
Right. I was about to say, listen, kids, if you weren't on the internet in like 2007 through 2010, you missed the golden age.
This is the golden
That was
age.
the golden age of the internet.
Like you
know?
just had watch funny videos, and all you could do was SMS for 5 cents a text.
Right.
Get on albino black sheep. Watch a really weird animated video.
Yeah. Or a Homestar Runner or Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Or coolmathgames.com.
Coolmathgames.com. I remember Cool Math Games.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So tell us about cooking.
Cooking.
I feel like cooking, has this been a recent, newer hobby? Recent in the last like couple years, I guess. Like you said, videography, photography has been like
I think it happened
forever.
around 2014.
Okay.
And I always loved food. I mean, it happened before that even. It's really hard to say because it's as early as 2011.
Okay.
I'm with my friend in his backyard. It's we're out of high school. It's the first time we've been able to like get into any trouble. We would be like drinking around this little fire pit he had.
Yeah.
And it wasn't little. It was actually pretty big, and it had a griddle. And I had been seeing videos of people making burgers, and I was like, I'm gonna like try and make a really nice burger.
Ooh.
So I made a ton of like horrible burgers on these open fire for my friends while we're just like piss drunk out there goofing off in the middle of the night. And I learned a lot about cooking then, but it didn't end there. There are multiple dishes that inspired me throughout the years, and I just kept cooking more and more and more and more until it just became this monster where I was like cooking like 3 times a week, and lots of YouTube, lots of going to nice restaurants. That was a huge inspiration because
restaurants.
I didn't grow up with like
Because it's the way
amazing-
they played it. It's like, oh.
It's art almost. You feel
Yeah.
bad for eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that to me is like, oh, this would be fun to do.
Yeah,
But then it's like 2 hours worth of work.
It's true. And you eat with your eyes.
Yes.
I didn't grow up with like super tasty food though. I had 2 other sisters. We had mouths to feed, so my mom didn't always make the most extravagant things, and we lived in Muskogee, so when we went out to eat, it wasn't like we were going
It
anywhere
was the
amazing.
Charlie's Chicken down the road.
Yeah, it was like Charlie's
Hey,
Chicken.
Charlie's Chicken is good though. Shout out to our
They're
boys
not
bad, yeah.
at Charlie's Chicken.
I don't like their chicken chunks.
What?
Sidebar, I
Okay.
don't like their chicken chunks. If I go to Charlie's Chicken, I only either get their rotisserie chicken or I get their steak fingers.
Huh.
I
Well,
do not like their chicken chunks.
HPR is going to have a word with you.
I
loves
know.
Charlie's
She
Chicken.
Yeah.
stands
Yeah.
some Charlie's Chicken.
Yeah.
Muskogee natives get very defensive.
They get a
over,
little crazy.
Charlie's Chicken.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, bro. I just said I don't like the chunks.
Yeah.
Everything else, great. The chunks,
Nothing is sacred to me. If I don't like it, I don't like it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something.
Right.
I'm going to say something about it.
Well, that's not always true.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I want to be respectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If somebody asks me, "Do you like this?" I'm like, I mean,
It's okay.
I eat McDonald's. I mean,
Oh, true.
I'll eat anything really. But if they want to ask me like objectively, where would I find it? On a quality scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that was like going to a restaurant, getting a good meal that was just like way better than I had ever had. It was like mind blowing. It was like I had a steak that was better than any steak I'd ever had in my life, and that is what I think really sent me.
That was
because I was like chasing this high. I was like, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah.
I was like, that was so good. And so that's what I did. I just tried to constantly mimic the best dishes I had at restaurants, and it turned into a little bit of an obsession, more than a hobby, probably.
But an obsession.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I want to also be the best at making this steak.
Yeah.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me they're like, I put your steak in my top 3. And these are people that like eat at Bull in the Alley and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, you could put your steak next to Bull in the Alley.
And they're saying,
yeah. I mean, this is
I would like to try one of your steaks.
This is years and years of
Yeah.
trying to. This is not like, I'm not like a grill dad or something.
Yeah.
I've literally spent years trying to make it better and better. I'm like bored with steak now. Every time I go somewhere, I'm like, I don't want steak. I want to.
Because you've been trying so much, trying to do it so much.
And most restaurants are disappointing.
Oh, yeah. Once you figure out your own great steak, like.
It's like $60 for a ribeye, and I could make it for like $40 for all the ingredients for 2 people at home.
Yeah.
And it would be twice as good. So I'm like,
So now you're like, I guess I'll try the chicken.
yeah.
How can I make this chicken better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I focus on certain dishes.
Yeah.
And that's helped me learn the fundamentals of cooking and demystify sort of what makes a dish good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
Wow. Making me hungry. So we're going to throw it back to photography and videography. What is your favorite thing to photograph? And what is your favorite thing to video?
People, for both.
Oh, okay.
People,
Not animals.
I like everything.
Not objects,
No,
but people.
animals they're
Meh.
difficult. I mean, but they're just, I don't know. And maybe if I was like a nature photographer, but house pets are like, they're house pets. People are, there's like so much more happening behind their eyes. You can see who somebody is, and you can, capture moments that are ephemeral and unique with video and photography, especially photography, because it's a single frame.
Sure.
So animals are interesting, but I mean, they don't really fall into the things that I'm shooting anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like nobody's like, come take photos of my cat.
My cat.
Some people ask, but it's not.
But not a
doesn't
lot.
happen a lot. Yeah.
So people are your favorite.
Yeah, people. I like shooting anything though. I like being behind a camera. So. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. That was a very artisanal answer. I really like that.
It was artisanal.
The ephemeral images. That was
Oh.
good. Chef's kiss. That was a really good one.
Well, life is ephemeral.
It is
And
ephemeral.
all the beautiful moments are ephemeral too. Of dish, once you eat it, it's gone.
I'm surprised you didn't say food was your favorite thing to photograph, especially your own food, because wouldn't that be like
You do take some good pictures of your food.
yeah,
That's
true.
true.
Because I figured like you could almost do like a side like cooking blog almost.
Yeah.
You know how like you go to some
Yeah.
recipe sites, like if you just want to learn how to make macaroni and cheese, and they have like this whole story.
Pinterest. Do you have a Pinterest?
That would be me. I'd be like, this is my life story. Like why I cook lasagna.
Yeah. And why my lasagna is so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I've thought about doing that, and I think right now where I'm at is I'm looking how to transition one or more of these things that I do into a content creation machine where I can consistently produce content without impeding too much on my personal life. And that's the trick.
Yeah,
You know what
that
I
is
mean?
the trick.
And I already am a content creator, as my day job.
Sure.
So it's really, really hard to go home and not turn it off and to just keep going straight through the day, keep making videos, keep editing videos,
Right.
It's all about that
It's-
content. Yeah.
It's
all about the content
you
grind.
have to have a good volume, which congrats to you two, by the way. Y'all kept going all the way smooth past 100. That's not easy.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah, I know it's not easy to be that consistent. So
Oh, yeah,
kudos
we
to
try.
y'all for staying committed.
Thank you.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah, the commitment it's a big part.
It is.
We've had to maneuver
We
a
did.
few times, but
Yeah.
I almost quit photography once, and
Oh.
one of the things that kept me going was the realization that, like, everybody is, kind of on their own path. And it's really hard as a content creator or an artist to not, look at people in their lanes and compare yourself to it, and to focus on your journey and keep getting better than you were yesterday. And when you start comparing it, when I did, it made me want to quit. And I almost did. For a whole year, I didn't shoot. And
wow.
I just realized, like, if I quit, I'm never going to get better. I'll never be where they're at. And I was like, I just got to keep doing it. So I picked my camera up and just kept going. And I think that's a huge part. Just keep going.
Just keep going.
And eventually, you're going to get better and better and better and better. And you get more viewers.
Yeah.
Everything builds exponentially.
I think to cap off on that, I think it's a lot of content creators or artists, they think that it's going to happen instantly. Like they think that, I did some of the work, and why do I not have all these people now? Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
And I think that is exactly on top of what you said. Is it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and we've been part of the marathon in this world for 3 years almost now.
3 years, yeah, it's been a long time.
That's solid.
But
for everybody out there, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, but it's worth it. It's totally
worth it.
Yeah.
We've gotten to meet the coolest people.
We have.
Yeah,
people like Askmaster 69.
Yeah.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. So you said, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
You said you like to photograph people. So do you just engagement photos, weddings? Do you do, I want to take Christmas card pictures, things like that?
Yeah.
Any of that?
I do that stuff, yeah. I do a little bit of everything. I do, excuse me. Man, maybe the beer was a bad idea.
It's okay.
Yeah, I do all those things.
Yeah.
I do product photography, portraits, events,
Portraits
weddings.
was the word I was trying to look for, but I couldn't. It wasn't coming out.
No worries.
Portraits.
Yeah, like high-end portraiture is where I try to be.
Sure.
And when I do a wedding, I make sure that, when I'm taking shots of the bride and groom, I want to take them on a portrait session to kind of get that high-end sort of portraiture that just seems like a little bit extra than just wedding photos. But, I like doing product a lot too.
Yeah.
All of that is anything that I can be really creative. I don't like events as much as I like more creative stuff.
Yeah.
Like the product photography, or what I really would like to do is get into fashion or something like that.
Ooh, that'd be rad.
That'd be cool.
But that's like, you got to pay a lot up front because you have to pay for models and like weasel your way into the modeling agencies. And if they like you enough, sometimes they'll send you paid stuff. But normally...
Would be hard to get into.
You're paying. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
Yeah. So we did talk earlier about how you're a content creator as your day job. So what opportunities and places has cooking and photography opened up for you, like your different passions?
Well, I mean, I do a lot of freelance photography. That's the majority of it. I've been able to do some stuff for some local breweries and some local restaurants, and that's been a lot of fun. I've had people reach out to me to take portraits, and, they were willing to really, like, commit, and give me creative freedom. With food, that is still... I've had some opportunities pop up. I had an opportunity to... do a ravioli dinner for a restaurant
Cool.
in OKC, but COVID happened and it fell through.
Boo.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out where I want to go with food, but it may be a food YouTube channel. I've thought about that a lot, and it makes a lot of sense.
I'd watch it too.
It would be fun.
Anytime I'm not even kidding. Anytime I'm like scrolling and I see somebody creating a food dish, I stop and watch it because I'm like, what are they making? Can I make that? What are we doing here? Is it yummy? Is it not? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I stop. So I would definitely watch your YouTube video.
That seems to make the most sense. And then another thing I've thought of is trying to get like a kitchen job after work and just kind of get enough experience that I could put a concept together and go find investors. That is a much more long-term sort of thing. But I would totally be cool with shifting gears later in life and going more towards food. but I'm happy where photography and video has landed me. I think my biggest issue is because of the ADD, I don't know where the future goes.
Sure.
But I'm going to ride it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm going to keep doing all of them, and because I like to focus on one thing for like 2 weeks, focus on another, and then I really do that. I'll get bored, and then I'll just go to another one.
Yeah.
And then when I get bored
You
with
just
that, I
rotate.
just move. Yeah, that's all I do.
That's good to have multiple hobbies for you then.
It works out really well. Yeah.
They all get some love every now and then, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
that's really awesome. So, what was the first actual dish you learned to make? Like full meal, like main course,
Like talking like
sides.
good cooking, or
Yeah, like
my
your
parents
first-
are like, Ethan's gonna be home and he's like
No.
11.
No,
He's like-
I'm talking like I think we're talking
Bagel
like
bites.
the first the first one that you made and you were like proud of it. It tasted good. You
Maybe
were
the
like
first one I mastered.
yes.
Okay. Gosh, that's hard.
And you were like, wife.
I don't feel
Eat
like
this.
I've mastered anything. You know.
Yeah.
I think the two dishes I've spent the most time on are steaks
Mm-hmm.
and lasagna. And I think both of them taught me a great deal about cooking, especially lasagna. I think lasagna taught me a myriad of fundamental skills that you need to be a successful cook.
Oh.
You know?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so to
Yeah.
me.
It's a very steppy process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you learn how to, braise meat.
So are you making your noodles from scratch too? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah.
See, to me, lasagna
Because
is just
to
like
me,
Stouffer's.
yeah, Stouffer's. But then also, I'm like, you just throw some noodles, some cheese, lasagna.
Right.
No.
But no, he's sitting here saying, "No, Lydia, that's not how this works."
I grind my own meat. Yeah.
What?
I go to a Mediterranean imports in OKC and I'll buy cured pork jowl. It's called guanciale. And I'll grind that into the meat, some pork shoulder. I'll do short rib and a little bit of chuck if I need to. And all of that gets ground into there. And then, it would take a long time to tell you my whole recipe, but there's a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to tell the whole recipe.
That goes into it.
But
you know?
lasagna sounds like it was hard, actually.
Very hard. I mean, a lot of people would say it's one of the more difficult dishes, especially if you're really trying to get it like top tier.
Amazing, yeah.
Because most Americans make lasagna or even spaghetti with a meat sauce that is not a bolognese. A bolognese is an Italian meat sauce.
Oh, okay.
And it's cooked for a long period of time. But most of the time, what you see in the States is like spaghetti, like red sauce, like a marinara.
Yeah, I'm
with
a big
like
marinara fan.
So
With,
is
like,
Abby. Yeah.
ground meat in it. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, lasagna
On the stove,
Yeah.
Warm it up,
That's
we're done.
Midwestern
Yeah.
spaghetti.
that's it.
I call it mom spaghetti,
It is mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
That's what your mother always made.
or like
Noodles?
angel hair pasta. That kills me.
Yeah. Oh, well, then you'd hate. I actually don't like spaghetti noodles. And so when we have spaghetti at my house, it's like bow ties and
Really?
like rigatoni. Like I do
Oh, I
like
love
that. I
rigatoni.
do like, I don't do spaghetti. I do
You do the rest of the noodles.
the fun noodles
yeah.
to
Fun
eat
noodles.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, people don't. And actually, bolognese doesn't have a lot of tomato in it.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, in some places, it doesn't even have any because, in northern and southern Italy, they make it differently. I forget which is which.
Yeah.
But one has more tomato and the other has less.
So when I'm thinking that bolognese is like an orange color, is that correct?
Yeah, it can be. Because
Okay.
sometimes what it is they'll put cream in it.
Right. And it makes it a little orangey. Okay. So I'm on the same page as you. So you would say the first ones that you're like really confident about is your steak and your lasagna.
Yep, steak and lasagna.
Love it.
Lasagna.
Love it. Woo! Okay, you're up.
Awesome. I'm up. Okay. So do you have a favorite meal of the day to cook for?
Just like a day-to-day
Like, what's your favorite?
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Yeah.
dinner.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I think because I like to cook for the people that I love and cultivate a unique experience for them, like the best experience I ever have at a restaurant is a really nice dinner, dim lighting, just like beautiful romantic dinner, you know? And I tried to cultivate that experience at my house by putting a lot of effort and love into the things that I make.
Yeah.
And because I want other people to have like what I get from it.
You're right.
And it's sometimes they don't, because like
Aw.
it's funny because like parents are, like my parents have like very like wishy-washy tastes. Sometimes they're like, oh, this is amazing, and sometimes they're like, I don't like it. And I'm like, it took me 8 hours to make these. You know what I mean? And it's like, I know it's good, but sometimes like they have like weird aversions. So
You have to have a
But
trained
also,
palate.
you said, right, exactly. You said that they often don't get to eat the nice things, and so maybe they're like, they don't know what good food is what I'm saying. You know?
I think most people don't.
Yeah.
So I feel like I found this thing, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do.
Do you think it's hard though? Because I feel like dinners are the hardest thing to make is for dinner, because it's like, there's not that many options. I feel like breakfast, I can eat breakfast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because there's so many breakfast options.
I don't know.
Like
There's
for
a lot
dinner,
of food out
I
there.
feel like for okay, well maybe I'm just a very boring person,
shit ton of
but
food
this
in
is
the
what I
world.
think. I am always like, okay, do we eat steak, hamburger, chicken? That's it. Those are my options for
We were
dinner.
just talking about spaghetti.
Well, spaghetti, but then you could add, a hamburger in the spaghetti. Okay,
What
that's
about
fine.
enchiladas?
Lasagna.
Enchiladas, nachos, stir fry.
Ooh, my wife makes really good stir fry.
I do love stir fry.
Yeah, stir fry
Chinese.
delicious.
Make
Yeah.
chili.
I don't know,
Macaroni.
You just made a crock pot thing the other day.
Yeah, that was soup.
You can make
That's so
burritos.
easy.
Yeah, but see,
just feel like
but
sometimes
it's
there's
more
just
than
not-
steak, chicken, and
This is
hamburger.
here's what it
know.
is. You're sticking to the things that are familiar. So
Ooh.
you have the things
Ooh.
that you know how to make.
True.
And so you're not getting out of your comfort zone. And
Yeah,
that's
'cause what
hard
if
for
I
me,
hate it?
too. Even the things that I've really done well,
Yeah.
I just want to keep doing them.
Right.
And I have to like make myself try new things. So I give myself a goal each year. I'm like, you're doing this, whether you
Oh,
like it
that's
or not.
good.
And I'll make myself make it over and over until I get it down.
That was like that one time. So Lydia doesn't like Indian food, which is
I
fine.
don't. I don't.
Which is fine.
I am obsessed. I eat
I
Indian
lo-
food every Sunday for like the past like 2.5
I
months.
love Indian food.
In my defense, I've tried it multiple times.
Yeah, you have. But I'm just saying, I was saying it was funny whenever
Yeah.
that time I brought you naan bread, and it was just like, it was just plain naan bread.
You
and
didn't
she's
like naan?
No, she did. But
Oh,
she was
That's the
like,
only
okay.
thing I loved.
She was like,
Okay.
Steven, I don't like Indian food. I'm like, Lydia, it's literally just
It's
bread.
literally
Try it."
fried
And she's like,
bread.
okay.
And then I ate the whole thing.
Yeah, it was super good.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I love Malabar.
There's just
That's, like,
some
my
things I don't
favorite.
like, but I promise I will always try something more than once before I'm like, I don't like this. Like pho. Pho.
Do you like pho?
No. I know.
That's tragic.
But I didn't. I ate it one time and I was like, okay, I didn't really like that. And then I tried it again. And I was like,
Was it good
still
pho?
not good.
Yeah, it was because the second time the restaurant that we went to, it was with Dalton Purse actually.
Yeah.
It was a good restaurant.
Really?
Yeah. Both times I've been with him and he's like, this is great.
Yeah.
And he eats all of it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah,
not a
you
big
might
fan.
you might like
Ramen?
ramen then. Yeah, you need to go to Jinya.
I
Ramen
mean,
bar.
I do love a good ramen noodle.
Yeah, but this is like legit ramen. It's delicious. So
I will try
next
it.
time you go to downtown, go to Jinya Ramen Bar. It's really
Jinya?
good. Yeah, Jinya.
Jinya.
If you're in
Yeah.
OKC, go to Goro. Shout out Goro. I've had every single thing on the menu.
Nice.
It's so good.
Is it
Chef
just like
Jeff,
a
amazing.
whole ramen place?
Yeah, it's ramen. They have a couple of different ramen options, but they also have other Japanese food.
Sure.
They have buns and
Oh, I love
dumplings
bread.
and there's all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing.
I will try. I try everything once, at least. Well, we started that off. His favorite meal is dinner.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Because there are actually a lot of options.
Yeah.
I'm just boring. Is what we decided on that.
Doesn't like Indian food.
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
just
like pho.
Only wants to eat chicken, steak, or hamburger. That's my 3 meats of choice. That's
Yeah.
it. And then you're just very limited, you know? If someone wants to start cooking as a passion, where would they start?
YouTube.
YouTube.
I mean, you could. I've learned almost exclusively off YouTube. It wasn't until the past like 2 or 3 years that I started having to like really, really look for some of the questions I had, because they were like very, very specific questions. Like, if I'm making dough by weight ratio. Do I treat spinach as a dry ingredient or a wet ingredient? And like nobody has the answer except like some random person on Reddit.
But wouldn't it depend if you got your spinach canned or dried?
Why would you buy canned spinach?
Well, it's wet.
Don't do that.
Well, I don't eat spinach, but I'm just saying, like, you can get spinach dry and spinach wet.
No,
so
you buy fresh spinach, and then what you do is you actually like poach it in water, kind of, or I don't know if you call it.
Oh, then
poaching
it's
it
wet.
or whatever. Yeah, you boil it in water until it's dark green, and then
like
you
Popeye, he likes the
squeeze-
dark green stuff.
Yes, exactly. And then you just squeeze all the moisture out through a sieve, and then blend it all together, and then add it. It's actually treated as a dry ingredient, and then you add it to the pasta. Sorry.
So, what I learned from that was, Ethan does not buy canned anything. It
No,
is fresh
that's not true.
ingredients.
That's not true.
It is fresh ingredients.
I buy canned whole peeled tomatoes, but I'm really picky on the tomatoes.
Huh. So like the brand.
I buy canned.
Yeah,
whole
or where
peeled
they're
tomatoes.
from. Like San Marzano tomatoes. Those are typically what I use. They're from the San Marzano region in Italy, and there would be like a stamp.
Where do you? Where would you get that?
Whole Foods sometimes has it. I mean, but
That's nice.
there's all sorts of places. But I've been using grapes from California. Or not grapes, excuse me. I have been using those too.
Yum. I was like, I could use a grape.
Yeah. No, I buy tomatoes from California now.
Oh,
like
cool.
on Amazon.
Wait,
Chef's-
and they ship you tomatoes?
Yeah, dude, I get like 6
Like
big
tomatoes?
ass- No, canned whole peeled tomatoes.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. I switched when you said grapes. Then I went back
Back
to
to fresh
real
produce.
fruit.
It depends on what you're getting. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
gotcha.
Wow.
Well, right on. So let's talk about our favorite subject, that being gear. We love gear at the Stevia show. We love all sorts of the three of us, we all have custom built computers.
Yes.
We have a lot of gear for the podcast. We have
Yeah.
camera gear. We get the laptops. Gear is the best. So,
Gear.
Ethan, what are your favorite pieces of gear for each of your passions?
Ooh, good question.
Single piece of gear?
Single piece of gear. Yeah.
Okay, photography is lens.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind? What's your favorite one?
What's my favorite lens? I prefer an 85 millimeter lens, a prime, for photos. And for video, I want to just be lazy and say lens again, because that is like
Yeah.
technically, you know.
But
my
it's a
favorite
different
thing.
lens.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe what would it be for video? Because you need so many things. It's like I couldn't. Just like a really nice tripod or monopod, depending on what you're doing. That makes a huge difference. Crappy tripod makes for a really bad time.
Sure, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
for cooking, what's your favorite piece of gear?
Dutch oven.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or like a sharp ass knife.
Okay.
Like a really good knife.
Ooh, I bet
Gotcha.
that's. Ooh, I bet you love that.
Yeah,
The
I-
best. You sharpen your knife,
I have a
and you're ready to
whetstone.
roll.
Yeah.
You
You have
just
a
like
whetstone? That's rad.
Yeah, I
you
have a
just
whetstone.
Go right there.
I have a 500 grit and a 2000 grit.
Oh, cool.
And so I started on 500 and then moved to the 2000. And I have a cleaver, a paring knife, and a chef knife.
And
So-
they're sharp. I bet they're so
You
sharp.
can shave your hair off your arm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, have you tried?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I figured when you said, "Listen, you can shave your hair."
Yeah.
That's rad. But another question I have is, how much does gear impact the end result? So meaning, do you have to have really nice gear in any of your passions to be good at your craft?
I have a pretty strong opinion on this because there's a lot of content creators out there who are like, gear doesn't matter. You know, it's all about...
Who says that?
It's all about, you know, like the artist and, you know, and it's like, to a certain extent, that's true. But,
Right.
But
you know,
also, you need the
there's
gear.
a reason, and you know how expensive gear is.
Right.
Like, there's a reason people buy a $2,000 lens or a $5,000 camera. There's a reason people buy a $15,000 camera.
Yeah.
These things significantly increase the quality of the stuff that you're making.
Yeah.
They will not make you better, but they will definitely make your stuff look better. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's not going to look as good as if like somebody that knows what they're doing is using it.
Right.
But it's going to look better than somebody who's the same level as you with just cheap gear. I guess, you know, the biggest thing is how invested are you? what like
That's a good
how,
question.
How
Yeah.
deep
Actually
into
really
the
great.
future is this going? Because it's not and if you are going to make a big investment and it is photography or video, buy a good lens and a decent camera body. Don't spend a lot of money on a camera body and buy a crap lens. Because I would take a crap camera with a really, really good lens over the best camera on the market with a really bad lens. It
yeah.
would be a night and day difference.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is great.
Yeah, that is great. I like that. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, gear obviously does matter. Like if we recorded this with Blue Yeti microphones, like
It would be a little bit different.
it'd be a little bit different.
Remember
right?
when we started out in the library?
Yeah, and those old. Yeah, I don't even remember
If
the
you
brand.
don't think gear makes a difference, go back to episodes 1 through 5.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, absolutely.
And then jump to these, and then
Yeah.
you'll see
You'll see a big difference.
that it makes a difference.
If you have to start creating right away and you can't wait to save, get something, and start getting better at your craft.
Yeah.
But if you can wait a little longer, if you can, someone's like, what kind of camera can I get for $250? And I'm like, save up $500. If they say, what can I get with $500? I'm like, save up another $500. Save up $1,000. Like, don't get it just yet. Save just a little bit more, and then
You keep on reeling them in.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
you do. Well, I've had so many people like, oh, how much should I spend? Like, or what kind of camera should I get? Here's how much money you have. And I tell them the same thing I just told you, and they buy something in their price range. And like 4 months later, they're like, I'm going to go ahead and get that other one.
Yeah.
So then
know?
they've just spent 1.5 times what they would have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So,
Yeah.
and I've made that mistake. So,
So don't do that.
Yeah.
Listen. Listen.
all these artistic avenues should be accessible, though. Money should not keep you from creating. So,
True.
but gear does matter.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. How do you want to expand on your passions? By following the road.
That's it. Yeah, I want to be able to be a content creator of some sort, probably on YouTube, probably food related too. Either that or
Well, that's food and video.
yeah.
That's 2 in 1 right there.
Yeah.
or be a creative director or open a restaurant. Those are the 3 things I think about of those avenues,
Did you guys know that they have there's positions in the world of when you are making the Chef Boyardee commercial, okay? There's a person that does the Chef Boyardee art, like the food art. There's a food artist.
Yeah.
I only learned this the other day when I was listening to a Crime Junkie podcast, and this woman got murdered and she was a food artist, and I was like, wait, there's food artists. They don't just throw it and then make
for marketing
like-
material.
yeah,
Yeah, I've been a food stylist on a shoot before.
A
that
food stylist. Yeah,
that is
sounds-
so cool.
Yeah.
We were taking photos of steaks and stuff. I wish I had the photos. They're really amazing. Really talented photographer in OKC, Jonathan Burkhart. He was the photographer, and I was the food artist. So I was styling everything.
Yeah.
And I brought a big tub of lard because they brought a grill and they were grilling it, and I spooned lard over it, and all these flames shot up everywhere over the steak.
Oh,
It was
nice.
And he
sick.
got it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I've been that.
So that's so cool. It's so cool because in my brain, I guess I just didn't realize, because in my brain it's like, oh, you have the producer or the director or somebody else is doing that. But there's it's actually called a food artist.
Yeah.
And you can do that, and you just go and take whatever food they need you to and make it beautiful for
Yeah.
the pictures and video.
Yeah, Bon Appetit and stuff.
Yeah.
all their articles, they totally have a food stylist.
Totally.
And they're credited every time too.
And now every time I see something food related with pictures or videos, I'm like, somebody did that.
yeah.
Somebody got paid to do that.
Right.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically
It's
set
beautiful.
dressing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for food.
Yeah.
I'm literally mind blown. It was something that I didn't ever think about. And I just had an epiphany the
Eat
other
with
day.
your eyes. It's important.
That's
It is
true.
important. It's all part of the dining experience. You're absolutely right.
It is.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Awesome. So, Ethan, what is your involvement in our upcoming Smash charity tournament on November 13th?
Ooh. Well, me and Michael Flora will be whipping up some cheeseburgers It's not cheeseburgers, grilled cheese, the other cheese sandwich.
The other cheeses.
Yeah, some grilled cheese sandwiches, a grilled cheese bar.
Yeah.
So we'll have a couple different options. You know, there will be kind of a lower tier that's donate what you want. It'll just be, you know, Kraft single on potato bread. And, you know, we're going to be bringing various pickled items, some different mustards or sauces you can use for like a middle tier, sort of like $3 donation minimum. And then there'll be a higher tier at like $7. And that's going to have some sort of like braised meat on sourdough bread with, you know, a fancier cheese like a Gruyere or something.
Oh.
And yeah, maybe an aioli or
pinky out
or
eating this
mustard.
grilled cheese.
Maybe some pickled items too. That'll be like the fancy one.
Tell me about potato bread. Is that
Potato
just
bread?
normal bread? What is potato bread?
It's
Potato
kinda
bread is
like-
just normal.
I don't know exactly how they make it, but it's got
With
it's
potatoes?
It's like a little bit. I would assume, but it's like a little more yellow, kind of like a brioche.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Toasts up really nice. I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a friend to all bread. I just
Well,
love
I'm a
bread.
friend to all potatoes, and when he
That
said
is true.
potato bread, I said, "Am I missing out on something in the world?"
I'm a friend to all potatoes. I love that.
I love any potato, and I don't think I've ever had a potato bread, so that might be where I start on
And
November 13th.
You will also be will be selling hot sauces, right?
Oh yeah, duh. I'm selling hot sauces.
Yeah.
I brought y'all hot sauce too.
We're excited to try it
Yeah.
Left it in the car, so when
on the way back.
yeah, when my wife comes back to get me, I'll give y'all those hot sauces.
Thanks.
So, how do you make your own hot sauces? Or is this like a secret recipe kind of thing? If it is, that's
no,
fine.
it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently everybody's recipe is secret because like there's so many different recipes online. It basically I've made hot sauce like 3 times, so I don't do it a lot. But this last one was good enough that I was like, I make hot sauce now.
Oh,
So
you're like, I did it.
Like,
I've mastered this.
I got the formula because it's like
the secret formula.
Yeah.
finding the ratios for, you know, the veggies and the oil, the water, and the vinegar is really hard. And I was going really heavy on vinegar because I love vinegar. But then I realized I needed to pull back and use apple cider vinegar instead of white vinegar. And then I'm using like some onions as well. So charring up onions and jalapenos and some oil, and then searing some pineapple is what I did for this one.
Ooh,
and then
seared pineapple.
yeah, so it's pineapple jalapeno. It's really good. But yeah, I watched like 2 hours of hot sauce videos, and I left being like, I don't know how the hell to make hot sauce. Because
Yes.
everybody made it so wildly differently. And that's another issue with some like foods. You would think there would be a really good hot sauce recipe out there that people are like, yeah.
No,
Right.
because people love hot sauce, so they try to capitalize on it always. Do you cook it and then bottle it? Do you cook it and then freeze it? Do you cook it and
and when you put vinegar too, it kind of
just like on the stove?
Yes, there's multiple steps, but I started mine in a cast iron with avocado oil and jalapeno peppers and onion, and charred that up really nice, and then removed it from the pan into a blender, and then in that same pan I seared some pineapple, put it
So
into
exciting.
the blender with vinegar, water, salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of lemon juice, maybe some garlic as well, and then blended it all together. And the vinegar makes it to where it lasts a lot longer.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So blender. That's where I guess I was trying to like, how does this work?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like gonna be but
You have
like
to
it's
get a
like
really
for salsa,
good-
you blend salsa up and it'd be fine. So just like that.
A good blender helps. And then if you're trying to get a really smooth consistency, mine's a little bit thicker of a hot sauce. I don't know if you've had any of those. Like maybe you go to Sprouts or something, you buy hot sauce and it's a little more like body to it.
Okay.
But like I think the bomb might even be like that actually.
Don't
honey.
remind me about
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's having a sieve helps. That's something that I recommend people.
Does
get.
your pantry just look really great all the time?
No, hell no.
So do
It's
you
because,
go like every week and you're like, I'm going to do this week? Is that how you kind of do it? Or
like what do I plan what I'm gonna cook?
Yeah.
Sometimes. So
But
if
sometimes
it's a bigger
no.
meal, yeah. But sometimes I
I'm
have
imagining
so many-
an immaculate pantry from you.
Yeah.
No.
With all the yummy goodness.
Right.
Most of the chefs I know have like crazy pantries. It's like madness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know
Yeah, it's like
what's in
85
there.
different pastas and
Yeah.
flours and 65 different oils.
Yeah, it's like that. There's a lot of different. I don't know how many flours I have. I have semolina 00. I have bread flour. I have self-rising flour.
See? So it is immaculate.
Yeah.
The
I
answer
have
was yes, Ethan.
all-purpose flour.
The answer was
It's not. I mean, it is a dream if you're trying to cook because there's all the vinegars.
You have all the things that you
flours,
need.
All the lipids you need. You can.
Do you
whip
have
up
different
a-
salts?
Yeah.
See?
I
That
have-
means that he's a real guy here.
yeah.
Well, I have
When you
peppers.
have-
The real deal, though. When you start
you have
grinding
different peppers?
up like some good pepper, like my favorite spice right now is pepper. I just grind it up and just. I'm always like, babe, smell this. Rachel, smell this pepper, and she's like, I've smelled this like 1,000 times.
You're like, it hasn't changed.
Still good,
She
right?
hasn't. She
It's
says it hasn't
amazing.
changed, Ethan. Yeah. Well, good. That's what I was imagining. Like
Yeah.
lots of different things. So then he just walks. He's like, today I have all these things that I bought, but I have all the right flours and all the right oils and all the right salts. Let's go.
Yeah, like I'm only like a bag of fruit away from a pie at any.
See?
Yeah,
Nice.
It's like every
That's
Friday.
it.
I'm like, if I bought
You
a
have been
bag
buying
of frozen cherries.
You have been making lots of pies.
Yeah, man, I love pie so
You've
much.
been the
It's
pie
like-
king lately.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get practice up so I can flex on everybody at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the only kind of pie I've ever really made is a chocolate pie, which doesn't take. It's 3 steps. Doesn't take a lot of.
Make your own pie crust at least once, and just taste the difference.
So unlike, I just don't have a lot of patience. I will make. An hour is the amount of time allotted to make dinner. If I cannot make dinner in an hour, then
Forget
it's
it.
not being made.
Yeah, maybe not.
And a
then.
pie crust, that's over an hour.
You do it the day before.
Yeah.
Let it rest in
No.
the fridge, get cold.
None of that.
So it doesn't melt on you.
Listen, chocolate pie. You grab the the pre-made pie
Yeah.
crust, pudding. You're done.
I'm like the opposite. I'm
Yep.
like at 10 p.m. I'm like, it'll be like 30 minutes. And I start at like 3.
Poor Rachel's like, are we gonna eat yet?
They're used to it. I'm like, get some snacks. Sometimes I'll just like sear bacon and give it to them. I'm like, sorry.
This is your appetizer.
Compliment to the chef. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we are opposite. I don't have enough patience for that. But I appreciate it. It makes me appreciate it more when I go to a nice restaurant. I'm like, they spent a lot of time on this today. I'm about to eat so good tonight. But I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So okay. Ooh. This is one of our favorite questions to ask.
Yeah.
If you could cook for anyone, who would it be and why? Wait, you felt I felt like you knew.
Okay. Probably Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
And here's why.
because he's gonna be real to you.
Well, he's either gonna just shit on me and it'll be like a hilarious meme, or I'll be like validated to the fullest extent that like any chef could ever be validated.
Okay,
Right.
that's true.
I would serve him. I would serve him lasagna on a I would serve anybody the lasagna I make and the steak. I would serve anybody on the face of the planet. And my spaghetti. There's some things where I'm
You
like,
stand
I
by
know
it.
no, I will.
Yeah.
I promise I will. I
Yeah.
have invested literally almost 8 years into these dishes.
Yeah.
Of trying to master them, and I'm so happy with where they're at. So, and I've had it at other nice restaurants.
That would be so
I've
cool.
Went to New York City. I went to Portland, Denver, Austin. I've tried Italian food, Cincinnati. Like everywhere I go, I'm eating all their food.
All their
And I'm eating
lasagnas.
the dishes that I make.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And they can't do it.
well, some of them can, but not
Oh.
all of them, right?
Yeah.
But it's when they do it, I'm like, this is awesome. I know it's awesome because I can do this too.
You're like compliments
It
to the
feels
chef.
good, it feels good.
Yeah.
So, but I can't do that with everything, and
No.
I'm not like classically trained, but I'm trying to have fundamental knowledge. I'm trying to have the knowledge a
Yeah.
chef would have.
Yeah.
It just takes a little longer because these chefs are literally dicing 100 onions, just like in the
Every
morning.
day.
Just like,
Yeah.
and they're getting lots of focus on certain things. So the way I make up for it is focus on certain dishes. Mm-hmm. If I can't chop 100 onions in one day, I can make 100 lasagnas.
In a
and
year.
by then I'll have chopped 100 onions.
Yeah.
Well, probably more because everything needs onions just
True.
about. So
Gotcha.
I've just learned to love onions
Oh,
recently.
I love onions. Yeah.
Like in the last year, I've been like,
They have layers,
I love.
you make burgers
I do now. Yeah.
and chicken.
Yeah.
Put
With onions, usually.
Throw some onion in a pan.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
With some butter and put it on medium heat and leave it for like 45 minutes until they're literally
cutting it
like
really close to
super.
my-
I know, but you can do it. You have 4 burners, I know.
Okay.
So
I do.
you can-
I do.
Hey,
You're
put
right.
it on one burner and
Okay.
let them reduce down until they're like brown, like super brown.
The
And
good yummies.
Put it on top of your chicken, or put it on top of your burger, and it'll be
We put them on top of
amazing.
the burgers. It's really good.
Yeah.
I've never tried on top of the chicken yet, though.
You've caramelized them though, all the way.
Yeah.
All the way down to the. Everybody says they caramelize onions.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I did it enough where I knew that it was caramelized, and Matt ate it. So,
And Matt ate.
Matt ate it.
so either he was just eating it because he was hungry, or because I did it right. I don't know. He's not a
knows?
very good. He just eats whatever's in front of him.
Yeah,
so
see,
he's-
I'm not a picky eater either, except for olives. That's like the one thing I won't do.
yeah,
Really?
Like, at all.
olives.
I hate olives.
Yeah.
I'm not a black olive guy, but I love olives.
No, I am discriminate towards all olives. They are disgusting.
I love them.
Ugh.
Yeah, Steven has yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
If he sees an olive,
I'm just like
he like
ugh.
starts throwing up.
Yeah, well, that's not that. I don't throw up. It's just.
But he's like, olive! Like, it's like he somehow knows that it's already there. And,
yeah,
the olive!
exactly.
Be gone.
Yes! 100%. Gordon Ramsay, that would be so cool. But
Yeah.
he's right. It would either be a hilarious meme, or you would be like, I've made it.
Yeah, or I would be like, you can take me now. You can
Yeah.
take my life.
This is
I
it.
have
I've made it.
peaked.
I have peaked.
Wow.
I've
My
appeased
time
Gordon
here
Ramsay.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so before we have one more question on the main segment, so I'm gonna ask this question. So would you if somebody was like, "Hey, it's my anniversary. Will you come be the chef and cook
Yeah,
us dinner?"
absolutely.
Like if they paid you and stuff, like
Yeah,
you would do
so-
that?
Are you asking for
Yeah.
a particular reason, Lydia?
No,
That's
I'm not gonna be here for my anniversary.
That's something that I want to do. That's one way that I would like to break into an opportunity to maybe start pitching things to investors to get money for a restaurant is going and doing nice dinners for people that have the money to pay for the ingredients and the labor.
Sure.
So it would be pretty expensive, but I
Well, yeah,
think
because
we
you have
could-
ingredients, you have time.
Yeah, and a kitchen's able to make it, a little bit more affordable because they're using their ingredients across multiple dishes,
Right.
multiple times, and they're buying, if
bulk.
you're being really, really efficient, you're probably buying meat and butchering it yourself, and then using the byproducts of that, like the tallow or the bones to make something to fry something in with the tallow, or the bones to make a stock. And, you can start reducing price. At home, a little more expensive, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately for most people, I have a lot of ingredients just because I cook a lot.
Sure.
So that is something I would love to do. So
Yeah.
if anybody wants me to come cook them a meal,
Yeah.
we can try our best to keep the ingredients cheap. I can point you in the right direction depending on your budget. I'll even pair it with wine. I'll make you a dessert,
Ooh.
salad. You can have
Courses.
up to
Seared
5
bacon.
Seared bacon, yeah. And I'll make
As
you
an app.
bacon that will
Yeah.
blow your mind. If you've seen it on my Instagram, I'm like,
Yes.
I put it on my story sometimes, and I'm like, I have some opinions on the way people make
So
bacon.
if we have bacon in the freezer right now, you're saying you can make it the best bacon.
In the freezer?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
No,
frozen,
we
though.
got to get fresh bacon.
Oh, gotcha.
Is
okay.
it? And it would.
This is straight from the pork bacon,
Okay,
Steven.
this is true. Good point. Okay.
If it's and it's got to be thick.
Thick bacon.
Yeah. Oh, thick bacon's the best.
Yeah. I want to make some.
Do you
'cause I
like
have a
it? Do you
smoker.
like it?
Both?
Oh, you do. Okay.
Are you about chewy or crispy?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like my bacon chewy.
Crispy on the outside.
I like it crispy.
With a nice burst in the
I don't
middle.
want to be able to That's what I,
don't want
imagine
that
chewy.
either.
Oh, it's not like beef jerky, no.
I don't want that.
I cook mine like it's a steak. I'm like,
Flipping it a few times, doing the thing.
well, I don't know. Maybe not quite like steak. I cook it really slowly though. I like it crispy
Instead
on
of
the
fast.
outside,
Yeah.
and then I don't know.
You're making me
Fat
hungry.
explosion in the middle.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, Ethan, before we head into Stevia's sound off, what's on the horizon for you?
What is on the horizon for me? Well, I am starting a food podcast, so I am doing that. Yeah, with one of my friends. I didn't know if I was going to say anything or not, but we're buying our mics here pretty soon.
Nice.
Oh, if you need recommendations, hit us up.
Yeah. Actually, you have one that I was looking at. So.
What, the Rode Procaster? Yeah, love this mic.
Yeah.
Love this mic. Speaking of gear,
Don't get him started on
Rode
the road
sponsor us.
podcaster.
No, yeah, I've been looking at that, and then we are in the process of kind of getting a format down, but it's going to be about food and the relationship that people have with food on multiple different levels.
Oh, nice.
So,
do you have a
yeah.
name for it?
Not yet.
Okay.
But we're spitballing a lot, and then in the future, work-wise, doing stuff with StoneCloud. Hopefully, shooting a couple 30-second spots with them pretty soon. We have like
nice.
a crew put together, and then I think that's the most important stuff in the future. In my day job, I'm gonna get to start shooting OU games.
Oh, that's rad.
hell yeah.
Get to go on the field. That'll be fun. I think
be cool.
the 16th is my first one, and it's homecoming.
Nice.
Nice.
They've been it takes them forever to get a pass, so
Yeah.
Way better than our college's homecomings.
probably yeah, a lot better.
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
going to have way
Definitely.
more fun than that.
Not trying to name drop, but if you know
Yeah.
us well, we all three went to the same college.
We did.
Yeah.
And the homecomings are not the greatest.
No.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
I thought of. It's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world to try their food, where would you go?
That's a damn good question.
Either,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Japan.
Ooh. Okay. What dish from Japan would you want to try?
Can I guess? Can I guess?
What?
A Wagyu beef steak.
Kobe. Yeah, I would
Okay.
love a Kobe, even more specific.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, I was on the right track though.
You were on the
that
right
is-
track.
That would be definitely on the list. But by the way, Wagyu is Japanese beef. That's what that means. And then Kobe is Wagyu from the Kobe region. And they're the ones who produce the most impressive cows in the world. It's 5,000 cows per year that even make it to A5 quality,
That's
which
crazy.
is why it costs so much. They feed them olives and stuff.
Some damn good cows.
Yeah.
You know what other cows though I think that would taste pretty good are the cows from India because they don't eat the cows. I think they treat their cows very.
That would be worse, actually.
They're sacred though, so don't you think they'd be like?
old.
They'd be old
You have to
cows.
slaughter the cow while it's young, or the meat will be tough.
That's sad. Now I'm
Yeah.
sad.
If it gets too
Okay.
old, it gets
Yeah,
same
that's
with chickens.
I mean, that's same with humans, I guess. So
Have you eaten a human, Lydia?
no, but I've seen the outside of
with
old
humans?
humans.
Yeah.
I've seen the outside of old humans, and so I imagine what the inside looks like.
that one's young and ripe for
That
the
one's
picking.
young and
That one's ready to roll.
Take them to the slaughterhouse.
Japan. I'm gonna look up those cows. That's pretty
Kobe?
cool.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Kobe.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
They're
Kobe.
they got fur.
Have you seen a cow that has been air dried?
Oh yeah, they're cute. Hair dried cows.
They're
yeah.
so
Oh, that's
cute.
funny.
They're
No, I
so
haven't
cute.
seen that.
They're big and
Are
fluffy.
they poofy?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's really cute.
poofy cow.
I'm like, why can't cows look like that in real life? But then I also was like, but then I would be sad when I would eat a cow.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this fluffy. It's like, oh no. Anyways, okay.
Cool.
What else?
So I think that's it. I think we're heading into Stevia Sound
Yes,
Off.
we are.
So Stevia Sound Off is a section where Team Stevia sends us questions and takes, and everyone on the show will respond to them. To be a part of the action, make sure to check out our social media accounts and our Discord channel. Now let's see what we have in the mailbag this week.
Archmaester Clementine asks, sorry, I thought you were gonna be done. Sorry, that was my bad.
Oh, no worries. You go ahead.
Okay. What inspires your art?
People
Yeah.
and beauty. Yeah, I think that's it. Especially from a visual standpoint, I'm inspired a lot by the people who I'm photographing, the places that I'm at, the places I've been. And, when you're there, photographing portraits, I think it's important to create a connection with your subject and make them feel comfortable. And, along that way, I'm kind of, I find the inspiration to put them in the place that fits them best. But on a broader scale, I guess it would be like, beautiful things, love, even anger, like all emotions kind of influence art for me on a broader scale. I don't have lots of meaning, though, behind my photographs. So most of them are inspired in the moment.
Nice.
Okay.
But the reason I got into art and the reason I'm into cooking is because of the emotions I experience in life. They,
Yeah.
like, especially with food, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Nice.
We kind of talked about this one, but you can just kind of quickly go through it. You do quite a bit of cooking and photography. How do those two passions sync with one another?
How do they sync with one another? They're both a labor of love, They both require patience, trial and error. To me, they're both beautiful things, and I'm gratified by the final result of those things. Even when it's not me doing it, I take great joy in being able to enjoy a beautiful photograph or a delicious meal. And so they gratify me in a very similar way. And that hunger for that gratification is what propels my action into pursuing both of those things.
Yeah,
Nice.
love it.
All right. HPR wants to know, and we've gone into this a little bit. So what's your favorite dish you have made, and are you sticking with lasagna for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have other dishes I've made that I really enjoy. My wife's favorite dish is pasta alla limone, which is it's like
what's
a
that?
lemon cream sauce with lots of Parmesan in it.
Ooh.
Make it with bucatini, which is like spaghetti, but it has a hole down the middle.
Oh, so you go.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
so
blow.
good.
You can blow air through them. That kind of hole.
You could try it, but it'd probably slip
Oh, it's
out.
little.
Well,
hole.
it's like a macaroni, but really long.
Oh,
A long macaroni. Gotcha.
It's like spaghetti.
I don't think I've ever seen
In
one of these
macaroni.
pastas.
Oh, you should do it. Bucatini's the shit. It's like the best.
Bucatini.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Can I get that at the local grocery store?
Yep, you can.
In the lasagna aisle? I mean, sorry, not the lasagna. In the pasta aisle? Mm-hmm. By all the other pastas?
Oh yeah. And
Normally
it's
I'm
great
like,
'cause,
meh,
white
bow tie.
people don't know anything about it. Well, now they do, but especially in Oklahoma, nobody knows about bucatini really. I mean, anybody who cooks or
Knows.
anybody that
Bucatini sounds
goes
like
in.
an Oklahoma town name, by the way. Bucatini, Oklahoma.
Is
Does it
in the
not?
west side, probably in the panhandle.
I
Yeah.
have to backpedal a little because I think more people know about it now than used to. So
I didn't know, but I'm going to know. I'm going to look now.
Bucatini.
I've got a whole list of things I'm doing after this episode.
fresh spinach.
I asked the first one.
Well, I asked both. I asked both of
okay, gotcha.
clementines.
Okay, gotcha. So HPR also wants to know, when did you start your photography journey? And P.S. Ethan has some really cute pics of me from college.
I do. Actually, funny enough, I found those on my computer the other day.
And deleted them. Just kidding.
And posted them everywhere.
Yeah, no, I was just really curious. I was like, man, I want to see how bad I was at photography in college. And I was clicking through I don't know, it was 2014 or 15. I'm looking through my photos and I was like, oh, this is so bad. Some of them you get lucky and they're good, but yeah, when did I start photography? Probably 2014, 2013, somewhere around there. Took a year off in 2018. I almost quit. There were so many good photographers in OKC, and I was like, I'm never going to be that good. And then I came back a year later and started going again, and I feel better now.
Good.
But
Good.
And I'm
You
friends
should.
with some
You
of them
should
too.
feel better.
Thanks.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
Okay, and then Haley also wants to know, do you hope to be in photography / cooking full-time as a career in the future?
Yes, I would love that. Either one. I love photography, video, cooking. I would be ecstatic to be able to take those as my full-time careers, to the grave. So
Nice.
I love
To
those
the
things.
grave.
Those are my passions.
To the grave.
I'll probably have to work until the day I die. But
As most of us will have to.
Yep.
as long as I'm still have enough energy to eat the things that I cook, I'll be good.
You'll
Nice.
be good. Okay, so the drums asks, Why is Fujifilm so much better than Canon?
Oh man, that's so funny. That's my friend Mason.
Oh, hi, Mason.
Hello Mason. Thank you for the question. I saw it before, but when I first read it, I about died because I was not expecting him to even submit a question.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was, why is Fujifilm so much better than Canon? It's hilarious. We have an inside joke. He worked at OU. He was also my neighbor for 3 years. Before I worked at OU.
Oh.
And yeah, so we're friends, and he recently left to do his own thing. He has his own stop motion animation studio in his garage in Norman. He's doing really good. He's killing it. He's done stuff for sci-fi, Lego. He's killing it. And,
Holy cow, that's cool.
He loves Fujis. He's a huge fan, and a lot of people shoot on Canon too. Like I shoot on Canon, and he's like kind of a meme. He's like. He's basically like a Fuji salesman.
They need one.
I sent him a picture the other day. I had the Fuji at work, and there was like a totally new trash bag in the trash can, and I put the Fuji at the bottom of it and took a picture and sent it to him.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's a good
I don't
one.
know. It's just Fuji's just so much better. I don't know what it is, Mason.
We're not sure.
Who knows? Only Mason knows.
Only Mason knows.
He's only had the one
He's
that's
the
the
only
secret.
one who uses them. I'm just kidding. So many
shots
people.
fired.
There's such good cameras. He's not the only one who uses them.
That's funny.
All right. So Seth the Senpai writes, what's Ethan's favorite Halloween candy?
I don't know. What are Halloween specific? The only Halloween specific candy I know of is candy corn, and I'm not a fan.
I think what Seth is asking is
when
in
you
general,
went trick or treating,
what was your favorite?
What was
thing
your
to get?
favorite?
God, I love all candy so much. Probably Twix.
Okay,
That's
I
a
like
good one.
Twix. Yeah.
Let's stop here. And Steven, can you repeat how you said the holiday?
Halloween.
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 How'd you think I said it? Halloween?
You said Halloween.
Maybe I said it on accident. But
Okay.
No, but I pronounce it Halloween.
Hollow. I was like, Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween.
Do I say
Halloween.
Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Okay. Weird.
Halloween is what you're saying.
Halloween.
Hollow. Like hollow. Hollow's with an O.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
But it's hallow.
Halloween. Okay. This is Halloween.
This is Halloween, not Halloween.
Halloween.
You caught it though, didn't you? You were like Halloween.
No, I don't know.
I was like,
Maybe it's just a southern thing. I don't know.
maybe.
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween.
The next question is mine.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I want to know, Ethan,
Yeah.
is that a real tattoo on your knee?
Yes.
And this is why I ask. Because you're a great guy in the old Photoshop area.
I'm not a liar, though.
I'm not a liar.
I don't know if I can pull these up far enough.
Oh my gosh, it's real!
Yeah.
I thought he photoshopped on there.
Yeah.
No. I got it for real.
This is the best thing ever.
That's hilarious.
So that's one, and then that's two.
Yeah.
So you said two in the beginning of the show, or maybe I don't even know if we were recording yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, his knee one is real. So if you guys haven't seen, I think it was. Did you post it? Is it up still? No.
No, it was on our story.
It's on our
No,
story.
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, Steven posted a picture of Ethan and his leg, his
Knee.
pant
Oh.
is pulled up all the way, and who's pointing? Was it you pointing? Who was
No, I'm not
pointing?
in the
No,
picture.
it's my friend Sydney.
Oh, Sydney's pointing,
Yeah.
and it's at Ethan's knee, and it says above knee and below knee, right?
BOLOG in it.
Yeah, like below knee.
And it's really funny because when
It's
I wear
hilarious.
shorts, you can only see the bottom portion.
Where it says
So
baloney?
It just says baloney. I was hiking in the Wichita Mountains. My friend and I were taking photographs, and someone goes, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, but does your knee say baloney?"
It sure
I was like,
does. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I showed her the rest of it. She was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
That is so awesome.
That's
I'm so
hilarious.
glad that wasn't Photoshop. I
Yeah.
texted him and was like, "What do you think?" And he was like, "I think it's real."
Right,
And I
yeah.
said, "I also think it's real, but I also know Ethan's so good at Photoshop that this could also not be real." So I'm so thankful that it's real.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, because that's like a part, like, haha, look at what I have.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
It's like,
funny.
Come on. If your
It
knees
is.
are out, like it doesn't really matter.
It was like Daddy Osaurus's pizza tattoo. It was another good reveal. Yeah.
Gosh, we've had so many good tattoo reveals.
Yeah.
Not sure if you saw that, but Daddy Osaurus has a pepperoni pizza.
on his nipple.
Yes. Oh. But it's the full pizza, and then the
Yeah.
pepperoni is his nipple, and he was not
Wow.
shy to show us.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'll
love
show
that.
you,
He was
I'll show
like-
you a picture after we're done.
Here it
show
is.
me. Oh, that's amazing.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. He said it's the one thing he always wanted, and so he finally got it.
Yeah.
So he wanted to show it off.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
really awesome.
So STVN wants to know,
Oh.
what is your favorite household chore? And this is for everybody.
Yeah, what? Who likes to do chores?
You gotta have one chore you like more than the rest.
Cooking.
Yeah, cooking.
Okay.
A chore.
Easy.
Is that a chore?
For me, it's doing the dishes. I love doing the dishes.
That's my real favorite chore.
Does
'Cause
turning-
cooking's not fair. That's like a passion.
That's what I'm saying. That
So,
doesn't count.
Doing the dishes.
Yeah, I love doing the dishes. Abby hates doing the dishes, and I don't like it when Abby does the dishes. So I always do the dishes.
Does it count when I take my phone out and say Roomba vacuum?
No.
Because that's a chore. You have to do it's a whole like 2-minute process.
2 minutes.
Listen, I don't have a favorite chore. I hate all chores. Chores are so stupid. My favorite chore. Actually, my favorite chore might be mowing the lawn with Matt.
Okay.
Because I like to help, you know? Because it's tiring and exhausting, and normally we have to do it on like a Wednesday night.
Right.
So mowing the lawn, I feel like it's very soothing. You know, you're just doing the same thing, going up and down, listening to some music.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my favorite thing.
Okay.
And I'm outside. I love being outside.
There you go. Okay, so mowing the yard. That is indeed a chore.
It is.
I sound like Porky
A
Pig
sucky
there
one.
for a second. So also, Ethan, why are we seeing film photography making a comeback? And also, Lydia's brother Logan, shout out Log Wins. He shoots in film now too.
Yeah, he does.
So is it like my obsession with vinyl records, where I just think because vinyl does sound better, and just collecting vinyls are cool, but I don't really think you collect film cameras, but.
Film is not better than digital. So it's not really the same. It's
Okay.
more of a novelty. If you have a really nice lens and a really nice camera, you're going to get great images. It's more of a novelty thing. I think I like a challenge. That's kind of why I got into it. I think millennials are going towards more craftsman type feeling things. It feels a lot different. It's more involved. I think it's just a novelty thing. People are underexposing and overexposing film to get certain looks. But at the end of the day, like digital has far surpassed film at this point.
Gotcha.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just novelty. It's cool. Looks cool. It's fun. For me, I got it because I wanted to be better at photography.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to have more fun doing photography. So I was like, it's like I get to learn again. But then I realized, I was like, this is like exactly the same.
It's the same.
But a little more difficult.
But you just don't know until you want to go print them out.
Right.
There's a
have to-
risque part of
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be really, really intentional.
Yeah.
Because on digital, you can like spray and pray, and you can look, you can crop in really close, because so many megapixels now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Film,
I can
it's
see
a
the veins in people's
one in
eyes on my camera. Like on,
What?
yeah, when you
That's
zoom
crazy.
in, you can see
That
like,
means
the
you can
veins
see. You
under
could
their
probably
eyes.
see my contact line then,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because
for sure.
you know how it goes around.
Yeah,
the
you
circle.
can see contact lines. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's so cool.
Bananas.
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 So we have one more question, and it comes from Professor JTag, and it's kind of lengthy, so buckle in. I've started learning to make apple pies with Splenda and walnut pie crust for the bottom crust. The top crust is still pastry, but I'm always looking for other ways to improve this recipe and taste while not increasing the carb count too much. Any recommendations? That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So the top of the pie,
Is still pastry.
can I look at it?
Sure. Something about walnut bottom, pastry top, but I want it better.
Yeah.
Splenda and walnut pie crust.
Splenda. You should use stevia.
That's what Puka said in the Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said, "You're not using stevia, blasphemy."
Thanks, Puka. Puka got our back.
If it's still pastry, I mean, because I don't know what your proportions are. on your pie crust, dry to wet ingredients or, dry to fat, really. I would say bake it longer. I err on the side of baking longer, especially with fruit pies. It's like impossible to overbake them. So typically what will happen when you're doing a long bake on a fruit pie, I also recommend getting a glass pie dish so you can look under and see. And I normally put the bottom, depending on how long I need to bake it, maybe not with an apple pie, with like a blueberry pie or something, I'd put it on the bottom of the oven so it cooks the bottom. But cook it for way longer than you think you need to until the top is done. Just cook it until the top is done. And if the edges, because the edges will cook faster, if they start to cook, like, they're going to finish before
The top.
So wrap it in aluminum foil to protect it. And then and wrap it shiny side out so it'll kind of deflect the heat. And put it back in and just cook it until the top is done. And don't worry about the apples. They're going to be fine.
Okay. That's good to know. Random, do people bake pies and other things besides glass? I only have glass pie plates. I don't really
like
cook.
ceramic, right?
Oh.
Like the...
Yeah.
Is that what is it? Like, I don't know if that's what it is.
I think it's, I think you put ceramic in the oven.
Where you can't see through it, I guess.
Yeah, like
we have a ceramic. Yeah,
ceramic,
Our pie sheet's ceramic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But those Pyrex glass ones are really common. That's what you'll see at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then if you go to somewhere like...
I forgot about this.
They'll have those opaque ceramic ones.
Yeah.
Those, you can use them, but I will say it's a lot harder to tell when the bottom's done.
Yeah.
And that...
You don't want an uncooked bottom.
No.
That's interesting to me, though, because typically I run into the opposite issue where the bottom didn't cook. But...
Cook it longer, Joe.
Just cook it longer,
See what happens.
And protect the edges.
And protect
burn
the
them.
edges.
And if you burn them, still eat it. It's pie. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
True.
That is true.
I burnt my last cherry pie on the edges. It was so good, though.
Sometimes it's just good to have a little burnt piece.
Yeah,
I love
why
the
not?
burnt ends. Well, Ethan, that's the end of the show today.
All
we have
right.
to do some outwards things, but
Yeah.
how about you tell us where to find you on the internet?
Yeah. Okay. So you can find me on Twitter at Ethan Stew, and you can find me on Instagram at Ethan_Stewart_photography. Or you can go to my website, www.ethanstewart.photography.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, Ethan. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, we didn't ask him. Why Ask Master 69?
Yeah.
Well, like when Discord started, it was just like people playing video games. So it was
Right.
like just people memeing and acting like idiots.
Oh.
And so it was like everyone had like a name that wasn't their own, but I was just playing with like random dudes that I play video games with.
Sure.
So I was just coming up with the most obnoxious thing I could think of.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
And now it's
Master
stuck.
69. Yeah.
Nice. And
That's
there it is.
So I never got into Discord until Steven made me. That's like a plot twist. I've only been on Discord for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there have been we constantly run into people that I've been on Discord forever since Discord was created.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Ethan, for being on the show. We really appreciate it. And Ethan will also be joining us on bonus episode 13. So speaking of bonus episodes, we will tell you how to get access to those later. But you can follow us on all the social media platforms with the handle at The Stevia Show. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on whichever podcast app you listen to. If you're on YouTube, search for The Stevia Show and subscribe with the notification button. And thank you to the following for supporting The Stevia Show.
Today's episode is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Is it time for an upgrade? Bravado Wireless has all the newest phones. Not only do they have the brand new Samsung Z Flip and Z Fold, but they also have every iPhone 13 model. iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini and iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max. Stop by your local Bravado Wireless store or head to bravadowireless.com to see one of these new phones and upgrade today.
And we are also sponsored by community members like you. Remember, you can support us on Patreon for as little as 99 cents a month and receive exclusive Discord roles and bonus content every month. So thank you. We appreciate it. But for now, this is Steven.
This is Lydia.
Oh, Oh, and I'm Ethan.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.